Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, and back to the World Puzzle Federation 2015 Round 5, which was a set of puzzles created by the Serbian team. Now, this is a fortress Sudoku set by Sedimir Milanovic. Sorry about the pronunciation, I'm sure I got that one wrong. And this is a 105-point puzzle. So this one puzzle was worth more than a sixth of all of the points available in the pack. Now, as I've said before, normally that if people were practicing, they would be aiming for about 5 points a minute. So what's that? That's 20 minutes that they'd be expecting to do this in. And even world champions would probably be taking 10 minutes on this puzzle. Now, anyone who knows me would also know that Fortress is kind of the classic constraint that I am worst at. So I'm going into this one blind. This is a video that I may not come out of. I may end up having to stop this one and then practice and get help. We will see how we go. But I'm going to give it a try. So let's go into the rules. Before I do that, below there'll be a link to this puzzle as well as to the entire World Puzzle Federation archive where you can get all the puzzles that they've released from 2014 up until now. Really great resource for people who are trying to get into the hobby. Let's do this, shall we? So normal Sudoku rules apply in every box, in every row, or the whole row, and every column we have to place the digits 1 to 9 without repetition. The fortress constraint. Each digit in a shaded cell must be larger than any digit in an unshaded cell that it shares a border with. That means that this digit must be larger than those 3 digits. This digit must be larger than those 2 digits. This digit must be larger than those 2 digits. It's fine for this digit to be smaller than this, but it must be larger than any unshaded digit that it shares a border with. And we'll notice that this one has F3 in it, this being the third variant. I have no idea what the F is supposed to stand for. It's fine. They're the rules of the puzzle. We'll see how we go. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So, the first thing I'm noticing is these need to be larger than these, and these can't be 9. So I can't put 9 in any of those. And if I put 9 in any of these would need to be larger. Basically, you can't put 9 next to any shaded cell. Because if I put 9 next to a shaded cell, the shaded cell would need to be larger than it. So this has to be the 9 in this box. Because I can't put 9 here, because these would have to be higher than 9. So 9 can't... Hang on, this is broken, isn't it? No, I've already broken this puzzle. No. 9 is in one of those 2, is what I'm getting. Because 9 is either in the fortress cell or can't be next to a fortress cell. See, this is fortress. It breaks my brain. This is a maximum of 7, but it's a minimum of 3. No, it's a minimum of 4. 4, 5, 6, or 7, because the minimum I could make those are 1 and 3. Okay, this has to be larger than 6 and it can't be 7. That's an 8 or a 9. I mean, this has to have 2 cells in this box that are smaller than it, and it can't be 1, 2. Well, this can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4. So this has to be at least 6. Oh, the 8 makes this a 9. And this has to be, can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4. This is at least a 5. So this is a 6 or a 7. So this has to be smaller than 6 or 7, and it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5 or 6. That's a thing. And this has to be smaller than 7. But this one could be 3 or 4. In fact, 3... 3 and 4 in this box. Can't put them in those cells, and I can't put 3 or 4 there. Because if I put 4 here, these would need to be lower than 4. And I need 2 digits lower than 4, and I don't have them. So I can't put 3 or 4 here. I can't put 3 or 4 here. I can't put 3 or 4 in any of those. That is a 3-4 pair. So this is now a 9 by Sudoku. And these are 5, 6, 7, and 8. But if this was an 8, this would have to be higher than 8. That's not the 8. That's the 8. And I think this just works now. Okay. So 9 is over in one of these two, because I can't put 9 here because this would need to be larger than 9. Where's 8 in this box? It's surely got the same problem. I can't put 8 in any of those, and if I put 8 in any of those, I'd need to put 9 in here. So 8 is up here, but I could put 8 here because 8 here could get 9 here. But that means 8 is over here as well. But I can't put 8 here because 8 here would need 9 here, and I can't put 9 here because of the 9 over here. This isn't 8. This is an 8-9 pair. Okay. So where's 8 and 9? No, that's unhelpful. Because 8 and 9 are likely to be in here. Now, you can never put 1 in a fortress cell unless it's completely surrounded by fortress cells. So where's 1 in this column? I can't put it here. I can't put it in any of these because this would need to be lower than 1, this would need to be lower than 1, lower than 1, lower than 1. 1 is in one of those two. Now, I just realized something about this cell. This has to be higher than 5, and it can't be 6, 7, or 9. So that is an 8. But where's 2? 2 can't go here by Sudoku. It can't go here because that's not higher. If this is a 2, both of those would need to be 1. If this is a 2, both of those would need to be 1. And if that's a 2, all 3 of those would need to be 1. This is a 1-2 pair. So one of very cool, but I mean it is very cool, but I don't fully. I'm not great at fortress. This has to be from 1 through 6 because it has to be lower than that digit. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it can't be 6. So it's 2, 3, 4, or 5. For which I go zippity-doo-dah. Can I put 4? I can put 4 almost anywhere. Once I've got 1 and 2 done, I feel much less restrictive. What are these? Because I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's no 4 there. If this was a 1, these would need to be lower than 1. It's not a 1. If these are a 2, both of those digits would need to be lower than 2. This is a 3 or a 4. This needs to be lower than that, so that can't be a 4. This needs to have 2 digits lower than it, so it can't be a 1 or a 2. So I've got a 3-4 pair. There's no 3 there, there's no 3 there. This is a 1-2 pair, and the 2 is looking down, making that the 1 and that the 2. So these all have to be higher than 2 now. Now that's not huge, except I need to ask where does the 1 go, and the answer is lots of different places. But these have to be from 1, 2, 3 because they need to be lower than whatever this is. These are from 1, 2, 3. It could be 1, 2, 3, or they could be from 1, 2, 3, and that could be a 4. But that doesn't help me much with those, except that it's really likely. No, I can't put 9 in either of those. One of those has to be a 9 now. Thing is, I could go 7, 9 and then put 6. So it's not forcing that to be 7, 9. But one of those has to be a 9. So 9 in this box isn't in any of those. It can't be there. So 9 is in one of those 3. These are from 1 to, this is, right, no. Look at this, these have to be lower than 4, so they're from 1, 2, 3, but they're not 2. So this is a 1, 3 pair, this is a 4, this is a 3, and these are 1 and 2. Ha. So I've got 1, 2 can't be here, and 1, 2 can't be here, and 1, 2 can't be here. This is a 1, 2 pair. Which means that has to be higher than the digits that are already in the box. It's party time! So where's that digit in this row? I mean, if that's a 2, it could just... No, it can't go there. Where's that digit in this row? It can't be in any of those because this has to be higher than 3. So it can't be in any of those. It can't be in any of those. It's in one of those. So one of these is a 1 or a 2. I can't put a 1 or a 2 there. So it's in one of those two. In fact, 2 is in one of those and 1 is in one of those. It's not, no. 1 can't be here. 2 in this column. If 2 can't be here, because this would need to be lower than 2 and it can't be. 2 can't be here, 2 can't be here. So 2 is in one of those two. Can I do something with the 5, 6, 8, 9 here? I can say that 5 can't be in any of those. 5 is in one of those two, and 9 can't be in one of those. So 9 is in one of those two, which... Because I could go 5, 6, 8, 9, I think. If this is 4 now, I'd need 2 digits lower than 4, which I don't have because 1 and 2 are now gone. This can't be a 4 anymore. So where's 3 and 4 in that column? I feel like I'm making good progress, but not enough. One in this column is in one of those 3. I'm prepared to mark that. I think box 9 is doing more than I'm giving it credit for, but I'm not understanding it. Because 5, 6, 7 are the maximum those could be. Well, the minute I could put a 2 here, and that would just allow this to be something like a 5. So I need to put a 4 in here, and I can't put a 4 here because I couldn't put anything lower than it over here. So 4 is in one of those two. Which means 4 isn't in any of those. I could put 4 here. I can't put 4 here. So 4 isn't in any of those or there. 4 is in one of those. 4 is in one of those two or there. No, it can't be there. 4 is in one of those two. Where's 4 in this column? Can't put 4 here. I'd need 3 digits lower than it, but I can't because 1 and 2 are in those. So I can't make these 1, 2, 3. That would break that cell. So 4 can't be here. 4 can't be here because I couldn't make these lower because these are 4, 6, 7, and 9. So if I put 4 here, I'd need to have a 6, a 7, or a 9 lower than it, and it doesn't work. So 4 can't go in either of those. 4 is in one of those two, which is restricting this a little bit more, but it's pushing it up. But it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5, 6, or 7 only, giving me 2 from 5, 6, or 7. 4 can't be in those or those. 4 is in one of those two. And that's pushing this up, but it's pushing it up. This is 6, 7, 8, or 9 because it sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, 3 is in one of those two. The maximum these can be is 6. So these are from 3, 4, 5, 6. I hate this sort of pencil marking. This can't be 3. This can't be 5. So this is from 4, 5, 6. Eight is not in any of these. So 8 is in one of those two. Great. If this is a 5, this becomes 4 and 3. These become 6 and 7. If this is a 5, these become 4, 3. These become 6 and 7, and these are pushed even further down. These would be 3, 4, 5. But I could still put, like, no, that doesn't work. If this is 5, these become 4 and 3. These become 6 and 7. These become 3, 4, 5. Now I could use a 1 and a 2, but then I need 3 digits below 5, and I don't have them. So this can't be a 5. That's a weird change. So there must be a 6 or a 7 in there, because these 3 digits have to be lower than here. Right. These 3 digits have to be lower. So 1, 2, right. Because if the maximum here was 5, how would I do? Well, like, while I could do something lower than the 3, something lower than the 4 and everything, all of these need to be lower than these. If I do 3, 4, 5 in here, the only digits lower than them are 1 and 2, and one of them would be broken. So there's a 6 or a 7 in here. Or both. Probably both. But these could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these could be 7, 8, 9. Is it this cell? This has to be lower than both. But this could be 8 or 9. So, big deal. Two. Okay, I am officially quite stuck. This is 3, 4, 5, or 6, and it's not 6. This is 3, 4, 5 because it has to be lower than this. This so 8 is in here. Where's 7? I could put it there, there, or there, or there. Yeah. 7 in this box has lots of places. It's those. I feel like I've made good progress. Where is this digit in this row? No, it's the same thing. It's one of those two. So this digit is in one of those two, and there's perfectly fine if it's a 2, or there if it's a 1. And if that's a 1, that becomes a 2. And these are 1 and 2. So 1 is never in any of those. 1 is in one of those. But that's all okay. I can tell that 2 is in one of those two cells in that column. 2 is in one of those two cells. 2 is in one of those two cells. If this is a 2, this is a 2. If this is a 2, this is a 2. 2 is in one of those. 2 is in one of those. Not sure what this is doing for me. 2 in this column. Could I go 2, 1? Did I make this 2, 1? I think 2 could be here, you know. So I think 2 can be in any of those. 2 could also be here. But if 2 is here, these would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these would be 2, 8, 9. But I'm not sure why that's inherently a problem. 1 in this row is here, here, or here. Yeah, 1 and 2 in this row are weird. Because if they're not here, they're over here, which is pushing this up. And I can't put both 1 and 2 in here. But they could easily just slot in here. Like 1, 2 just works. I thought I was doing really good up until now. You get these low digits placed, and then all of a sudden these feel like they can be anything. I mean, they can't be. These are from a triple. They can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. They can't be 5. So these are 6, 8, or 9 only. And these similarly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 9 only. Oh, so that's a 6, 7, 9 triple. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 4 and 5. So that's a 4, 5 pair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 6, 7, 9. That can't be a 9, which we knew. So it's 6, 7, or 8. So this can't be a 6. That's a 7 or a 9. 6, oh, not quite. But this is 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is a 6, 7, 8, 9. And 6, 7 must be up here. So this isn't 6, 7. And this... No, wait. I think I just made a mistake. Yeah, wait a minute. This is 6, 7, 8, 9 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple. The 6 and 7 must be up here. There's no 6, 7 here. This isn't a 6, and this is a 4, 5 pair. Can I do anything with that? Well, it means this isn't a 4. 1, 2. These are 3, 6, and 7. This being a 7 really hurts this, but doesn't quite break it. Okay, as predicted, this was a puzzle where I needed some help. After the edit point you just saw, I spent about 20 minutes getting very, very stuck and not really finding much. And I reached out for some help, found it, and there's a couple of fortress deductions that I missed that I will show you now. So the important sort of deduction I missed is happening here. If this was an 8, by fortress deduction, this would need to be a 9, and this would be an 8-9 pair, and that would break this. So this can't be an 8. So 8, 9, no valid fill. And that puts 8 in this box in one of these two. Now, I'm going to get rid of the colouring because the 2s aren't helping me at this point. So that was an important deduction, because now the question I want to ask is about 8 in this column, I think, because I can't put 8 here. 8 here would need 9 here, and that might be possible. Actually, I might be a little ahead of myself. I can't put 8 here. I can't put 8 here. So 8 is here or here. But it means that I can't put 9 here, I think. Because if I put 9 here, where do I put 8 in this column? Because if I put 9 here, I can't put 8 here. I couldn't put 8 here because I couldn't put 9 here. So if I put 9 here, there's no 8 here, there's no 8 here, there's no 8 here, there's no 8 in any of those, and I can't put 8 in any of those because 8 is in one of those. That's not the 9, that's the 9. So now 9 is in one of these 3. And I can't put it there. So 9 is in one of those 2. Okay. Is that going to give me anything? But this 8-9 deduction was... So if this is 7-9, actually that doesn't break anything because that could be an 8. Oh, man. This can't be an 8 anymore. If this is an 8, that would have to be a 9. That's not an 8. This is an 8. So 8 is not in any of those or there. This is an 8, meaning this is now an 8-9 pair, and this is a 5-6 pair, which just kind of works, doesn't it? This is a 5, 6, 7 triple. So this is a 1 or a 2, and it can't be a 1. This is a 2. This is a 1. This is a 2. Now, 1 can't go on one of these. So 1 is in one of those 2. What are these 4 digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Well, there's no 9 down here. This is 5, 6, 7. This has to be larger than this. So this can't be 5 and that can't be 7. There's no 4. It's not quite there. This has to be lower than this. But it could be just be a 1. 7 is in one of those 4. Seven can't be there. So 7 is in one of those 3. So this is where I get the help just to get unstuck, and it's probably not enough. I probably need more. 2 is down here. Could I go 2, 1? If this is 2, this is higher than 2, and 1 is in one of those. That seems okay as well. But now 2 is in one of those. That doesn't seem to be a problem either. I don't follow. Fortress is the bane of my existence. If this is 7, this is 7. And then I'd have to put 7 in one of those without anything higher. This is not 7. So this is 3, 4, 5. 7 is in one of those two. But 7 could go there or there or there. 3, 4, 5, 6. I can put 7 there if these from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 have this height. This is 6, this would be 5, and these would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So these would be 1, 3, 2, 4. 1, 3, 2, 4. Because of the 2, 4 looking down. In fact, this is 2 and 4 because of the 2 4s looking down. So this is 2, this is 4, which means this is 1 and this is 2. This is not 1 anymore. So I have to put 1 and 3 in here. So 1 is right here because I can't put 1 here. And I can't put 3 here. There's nothing lower than it. So this is the 3. This is 5, 6, or 7. 7 is in one of those two. This is not the 7. This is a 3, 6 pair, making that the 7, which has not helped much. But these are 4, 8, and 9, which I think they've been for a while. The 3 has taken 3 out of there. This isn't a 1 anymore. This is a 1. These are from 5, 6, 7. So this can't be a 5 anymore. These are 5, 6, 7, and 9. This is a 3, making that the 4 and that the 3. The 4 makes that the 5 and that the 4. The 5 looks back saying there's no 5 in any of these two. The 5... Well, hang on. There's no 7 in those. So this is 6 and 9. So there's no... there was never a 9 there. This is... Wait, I've broken it. No. I made a mistake when I pencil marked this. So I'm going to take this back to where I pencil marked this. Because this is 4, 6, 7, 9 and can't be 9. This is 4, 6, 7. But the 3, 6 takes 6 out of here. This is 4, 7, and there's no 7 here. This is 6, 9. Now, what did I do over here? These were 5, 6, and 7. This is 5, 6, 7, 9. So this isn't the 1. This is the 1. This is the 3. Looking across, making that the 4 and that the 3. The 4 looks across, making that the 5 and that the 4. The 5 says there's no 5 in either of those. If this was 5, this would need to be smaller, and it can't be. So that's not the 5. That's the 5. Which means this isn't the 5. This is a 6, 7 pair, and that's the 5. These are now just going to resolve however they resolve. 5 is in one of those two. 6, 3, 4 allows that to be 5 and that to be 7. That just works. Man, I'm not a fan of fortress. The 3, 5 makes that the 4, taking 4 out of there. 5 makes that 6, but I could do 6, 3, I think. Can't put 6 there. I think I can put 6 there. This is a known pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 go into those. So that is a 5. So that is a 3. So there's no 5 here. This is 6, 7. This has to be the 1 in the row. This is a 1. This is not a 1. This is 2, 3. And the 3 is looking down, making that the 2, that the 3. This is the 6. This is the 4. This is the 5. This is the 3. The 3 is looking up saying this isn't a 3. This is a 6, 7 pair. So this is the 5. 6, 7 pairs everywhere. The 8, 9 trick and the 8 in this column was definitely something I missed, but I've been able to get it since then. Kinda. One of these is 7, 9 and the other one is 4, 6. I'm not seeing how to resolve that. The 6 makes that the 7, makes that the 6, makes that the 7, which makes that the 9, which means that's not the 9, that's the 9. There's no 7 or 9 there. The 9 makes that the 8, which makes that the 6, which makes that the 7, which makes that the 6, which makes that the 7, which makes that the 6, which makes that the 7. There's no 5 here. This is a 2, 4 pair for the column. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. The 6 is looking down, making that the 7 and that the 6. The 8 in the column 1 is looking down, making that the 9 and that the 8. And now I just need to figure out how to resolve this middle section. The only thing right, the 7 makes that the 4 and that the 7. The only thing, the 6 is not higher than 7. That's the 9, that's the 6. The 9 looks across, making that the 8 and that the 9. The 8 looks back, making that the 5 and that the 8. The 5 looks across, making that the 6 and that the 5. The 4 looks across, making that the 2 and that the 4. The 2 looks back, making that the 1 and that the 2. And the 1 looks across, making that the 3 and that the 1. And that's the correct solution to the puzzle. Now, there was a fair bit of time in there where I had to go and help someone and then I had to come back. Feel free to call that one an hour. Feel free to call that an hour-long solve. I don't mind. I think the video is going to end up being a bit over half an hour. I really don't mind. I had to get help. But this fortress deduction about if this is an 8, this is a 9, and that would break the 8, 9, and that gave me a pointing set of 8s, which allowed me to say this couldn't be a 9, because if this was a 9, there'd be nowhere to place 8, because everywhere that placed 8 would need a 9 in a fortress cell which wasn't available. Very cool fortress logic. I really like that logic, and that is something I need to try and remember for solving fortress puzzles in the future, because that was really cool. I hope you're enjoying the series. I hope you're learning as much as I am. And as always, good luck with your solving.